Hello and welcome back to The Unexplained. Today we are going to be delving into the paranormal side of things, but more specifically poltergeist activity and possessions. The word poltergeist means noisy spirit, which is responsible for physical disturbances such as loud noises and objects being moved or destroyed. Hundreds of cases have been reported throughout the years, with some leading to films regarding possessions and paranormal phenomenon. Whether these films help the cause to be believable is another question, but they certainly elevate them in terms of popularity and highlight the terror involved in some of the cases. Some claimants have reported pinching, biting, hitting and tripping people. Most accounts of poltergeist describe the movement or levitation of objects such as furniture and cutlery, or noises such as knocking on doors. They have traditionally been described as troublesome spirits who haunt a particular person instead of a specific location. Alleged poltergeist manifestations have been reported in many cultures and countries across the globe. Early accounts date back to the 1st century, where forms of spiritual harassment become more common in the 1600s. Poltergeist activity has often been believed to be the work of malicious spirits by spiritualists. According to Allan Kardec, the founder of Spiritism, poltergeists are manifestations of disembodied spirits of low level, belonging to the 6th class of the 3rd order. Under this explanation, they are believed to be closely associated with the elements fire, air, water and earth. Skeptics believe that many of these reports and investigations can be snubbed off the basis of hoaxes or explainable in their nature in other non-paranormal means. But some reports over the years have literally no explanation to them and still remain to this day unexplained in their phenomenon. Many victims of said poltergeist activity have also claimed to be possessed by the spirit or spirits in question, with some leading to exorcisms by priests under the authority of the Catholic Church. The exorcist will recite prayers, make use of religious materials such as crucifixes, holy water and sacramentals. The exorcist will try and invoke God and make communication with the demon or spirits involved. Each religion has their own take on this, but all with similar rituals executed. One of the most famous hauntings or possessions was aptly named the Enfield haunting. The Enfield poltergeist was a claim of supernatural activity with two young sisters aged 11 and 13 in Enfield, England between 1977 and 1979. Some members of the Society for Psychical Research, such as inventor Maurice Grosse and writer Guy Lyon Playfair, believed the haunting to be genuine, with weeks of investigations to eventually attract the attention of the press and even police reports into the alleged haunting. The claims were that in August 1977, parent Peggy called the police to her home in Enfield, claiming that she had witnessed furniture moving and that the 2 of her 4 children said that knocking sounds were heard on the walls. A police constable said that she saw a chair wobble and slide. Later claims included disembodied voices, loud noises, thrown toys, overturned chairs and children levitating. Over a period of 18 months, more than 30 people, including neighbours, psychic researchers and journalists, said they saw heavy furniture moving off its own accord, objects being thrown across a room, with the daughters seeming to levitate several feet off the ground. Many also heard and recorded knocking noises and a gruff voice coming from the young girl. Paranormal investigators were drawn far and wide by all of the press coverage, among which 2 stand out representing the Society for Psychical Research, Maurice Grosse and Guy Lyon. These 2 conducted many experiments with the girls, including voice recordings and pictures with analysis of whether it was a hoax or not. Although they concluded that some of the data collected was skeptical, it was also considered that most of the activity was genuine and shocking to say the least. Here are some of the voice recording along with photos taken on one of the investigations.
Let me hear you say my name. Come on, let me hear you say my name. That's not my name. Come on, my name's Morris. Let me hear you say it. Morris. Say Dr. Belloc. Come on, let me hear you say that. Come on, let's hear you say Dr. Belloc. Say Dr. Belloc. it? Just hold that one on this way. Now, if you squeak the bed, I can't hear you talking. Now, say Dr. Belloff. Come on. Come on, say it for me, Dr. Belloff.
Dr. Belloff.
Why can't Janet feel you?
I'm invisible.
You're invisible? Why are you invisible?
So much H-O-S-T.
Now how can we shoot you if we can't see you, Bill?
Praying to God.
Sorry, I didn't hear that, Bill.
Praying to God.
By praying to God. So, what you're saying is we could get rid of you by praying to God.
Yes.
Janet claimed to be possessed by an entity named Bill, who supposedly passed away in the house years ago from a brain hemorrhage, according to Janet. This was later clarified by Bill's son in some newspaper reports. Take what you want from this recording, but what you have to bear in mind is that Janet was just 11 years old at the time, so this voice is quite remarkable to say the least. We can all agree that this evidence definitely leaves questions to be asked, but at the same time intriguing, and with police even giving credible statements gives some weight to the case. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time on The Unexplained.